Of all the things to do on a cold New Year's Day, the last thing you might think of doing is taking a swim. Yet more than 100 swimmers braved the cold temperatures today for a New Year's tradition. Members of the Polar Bear Club USA took a dip in the icy waters off Brooklyn's Coney Island. The high today for New York City, by the way, only reached 35 degrees. Temperatures were even colder in Chicago, but that didn't stop that city's Polar Bear Club from taking the plunge, but with a twist. The group took its annual dip into the icy waters of Lake Michigan wearing full wetsuits. Temperatures in the teens were apparently too frigid for donning the traditional swim trunks.
Well, it's a term you hear all the time in weather forecasts, but do you really know what a front is? Storm analyst Dr. John Scala has the answer in tonight's Weather IQ.
What is a front? I'm Dr. John Scala. A front is a clear boundary between two distinct air masses characterized by differences in temperature, in moisture, sometimes pressure, and wind direction. I want to take a look at how we can identify the position of a front because that's an important characteristic for forecasting storms and maybe even severe weather. Let's use an idealized example here of a surface pressure pattern. The white lines indicate lines of constant pressure, and by definition, fronts will reside within troughs of low pressure. On the map here, a cold front is indicated by the blue line with the triangles, and the warm front indicated by the red line with the half circles. Out ahead of it is high pressure, and behind the cold front is also building high pressure. Now, out ahead of the cold front, warm air surging from the south is distinctly different from the air that's residing behind the front in the form of northerly winds, bringing cooler and drier air into the area. Now, oftentimes the frontal boundary itself will be the location for clouds and precipitation, and in particular, maybe even severe storms along the cold front. More steady precipitation is often found with the warm front. So cold fronts and warm fronts, two examples of boundaries between two distinct air masses. I'm Dr. John Scala, and that's tonight's Weather IQ.